Hi everybody, Sally Diane here, also known as the Queen of Ooga Booga, and I'm here to look at the future of the political landscape, if you will, in the United States. I know that we've looked at the future of the Democratic Party and we've looked at the future of the Republican Party, but neither one just seemed to tell the whole story. And I realized that in the United States, it's a two-party system, and it's always been a two-party system. And if one party is weak, so is the other. So we really need to look at them as a whole. So I'm going to look at them using a spread based on the tree of life. So, the politics of the right are going to be to the right, and the politics of the left are going to be to the left. And we're just going to look at the whole political system, both political parties, as one unit. So let's see the future of the political landscape in the United States. All right. And with this, we look at things on a physical level. Okay, so we're not starting from a really good spot, but that's not surprising. And if you notice on both sides have reverse cards. The left is the left's problem is the economy. The left is weak on the economy, and the right is weak on all the humanitarian things. So let's see how that goes emotionally. Okay. So just on first blush, I would say that emotionally, both parties kind of see a new beginning on the horizon. The politics of Trump, even though it's the Republican Party is really caught up on it, the general people who are conservative basically see things as they're glad that the secrets are coming out. The smart ones are glad that the secrets are coming out. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. We might be looking at a situation like with the Whigs right before the Republican Party came into being. Oops. Yes, the Whigs focused too much on supporting slavery, and they lost popularity, which gave room for the Republican Party. So if we're looking at just in general, when I look at what got us to where we are right now, because where we are right now is not good. It just seems like there's no solution. Like both sides are hurt. Both sides are wailing. Both sides aren't, neither side is listening to the other. So it's pretty much hit rock bottom, if you will. And on the base of it, it has to do with poor judgment decisions. And I know that if you look into the 80s and the 90s, and even going into the 21st century, there have been Supreme Court decisions that have given too much power to money. And I think that's where this has kind of gone off the rails. Emotionally, when I look at what's coming up, it looks like both sides are actually ready for a new beginning. And I like to see that, especially when I look up ahead. And I do see a third party coming into the mix with the Three of Wands. And you look at them, and neither one of there's three individuals in this card, and none of them can see what the other one's doing. So you've got the Republicans, and they're doing their own thing, but they're not paying attention to what the Democrats are doing, and they're actually kind of splitting off. The far right hand side of the Republican Party is just grabbing power and grabbing power and doing the best they can to just stay where they're at. Where there's another side of the conservative movement that you're going to see coming through in about 3 years. It's giving me a 3. So I don't know whether this is going to be strong enough for the 2022 election, but by the time the 2022 election comes in, you are going to have a strong conservative party, group with a good voice, but it seems like they're more humanitarian and more applying to the uh, the the doctrines, if you will, to the theories of conservatism. True conservatism is coming out, but it's going to take about 3 years. So you're going to see a more a stronger, more united, more focused conservative party coming through for the 2024 election. But in the short term, the grand old party, if you will, is really in confusion, and there are secrets that are going to come out. There's big time secrets that are going to come out. And that doesn't mean that the Democrats are doing any better, because they're really confused about, like right now, what they're doing financially and with the money is okay, because this is a time when you need to spend. But unfortunately, they do need the restriction of the conservatives to kind of keep them in line, and they don't have that because the Republicans are so stuck on no that they've lost their voice. Overall, though, when I look at the cards on the Democratic side, it looks like it's a little bit better. I think they are going to at least stand their ground for the 2022 election. So I don't think that they're going to lose a lot in that point in time, just because when that comes up next year, when the midterms come up next year, the Republicans are still going to be in such a kerfuffle. And that idea of secrets coming out. Yeah, so some of the things that they never wanted to see the light of day are going to be coming out. But the Democrats' victory, the Democrats' strength is short-lived. You're actually going to see the whole, it's kind of like they're going forward full strength. I see that in the Knight of Coins isn't a particularly fast-moving night, but he does move forward, and I see that the Democrats are going to be moving forward on their progressive agenda until you hit October. And once October of this year comes around, you're going to find things kind of slowing down a bit for them. So this is the time for whatever changes they need to make now. But overall, despite the fact that you've got so much just infighting and so much confusing crap coming out over the next couple of years, overall, if you look up the road for 3 years to the 2024 election, you are going to see a good, solid conservative candidate, and you're going to see a good, solid Democratic candidate. I just don't know whether this is actually going to be the Republican Party, because it just they take such a turnaround, midway through. Because you have this year, they have confusion. You have next year, and everything's coming out, and at the wrong time. But you look ahead at the next major thing in the political party, the 2024 election. They come out looking exactly the way they want to. So yes, the system will survive, and yes, it will end up in a positive place. But it's almost like they just have to sink a little bit lower, if you will. Yeah. I get as far as my confirmation, I get the Five of Cups as far as what's going on right now. So the Republican Party isn't done crying over spilt milk, if you will, but they will. The conservative movement in general, and I keep making that distinction because I just think that the Republican Party is splitting right in half right now, and you've got the Tea Party crazies that became the Trumpsters, and then you have people like your Liz Cheneys and your Mitt Romneys who are true conservatives, and they are going to come out on top, but I don't know whether that's going to be under the umbrella of the GOP, just that it is going to be conservative. That with the Democrats, they're going to be riding high this year, like I said, but you're going to find some poor sportsmanship once things start turning around, not quite so much their way. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so overall, the next 3 years are going to be unsettled. The 2022 election midterms are going to be a little nasty, but the biggest thing there is just how much crap is coming out, like the stuff with the Trump organization and certain people who are part of the ultra rights is coming out. It's going to keep on coming out. This closet is so full of skeletons. They're going to be pouring out for a year. But when I look at what's ahead on the horizon, if I was going to look at the next 10 years in the United States political system, and I know that there are people on both sides that'll say I'm crazy, but when I look at the next 10 years, we're actually going to have another golden era, another Camelot, if you will. So I like to see that. And that's the final word on this topic, is the Ace of Pentacles. So despite the fact that we're going through some really nasty stuff now, it is a necessary cleaning. And we are going to end up with a two-party system that does work, that is balanced, just like it used to be. Okay. So that's that. Thank you very much for tuning in. Remember to tune in every Sunday night at 9 o'clock for Psychic Sundays Live with your Queen of Ooga Booga, Sally Diane, and her producer. Have a great week. Thank you very much.